Hi there, it's Hannah. I'm going to talk to you today about our New York Balance kits. We have our traditional New York Balance kit and our extended New York Balance kit, which combines all of the pieces of the New York Balance kit with some additional supplies that will then allow you to do not just type 1 levers, but also types 2 and 3. With any of these kits, these are a really good chance to talk about simple machines and mechanical advantage, specifically in regard to levers. So with the New York Balance kit, you get a chance to talk about a type 1 lever, and you can even discuss proportional reasoning and investigate equality in elementary school. So start by collecting 3 number 2 pencils and these 2 pieces. Slide the pencils into the base of the fulcrum rest and lock them in place using the pencil stand that hooks right there onto each of the 3 pencils. Add your fulcrum. As you can see, it sets right on top of the fulcrum rest and balances there. Use a meter stick to be the crossbar. So I can put it in, test it out, and move it until I'm sure that it is sitting perfectly level at what it is then considered the 0 mark, and base all of my other adjustments from there. Once you've got your New York Balance set up, you can then place a weight holder anywhere on the meter stick. But then you can challenge your students with different things. Let your students do this open-ended experimentation where they have different challenges where maybe they have to balance 2 on one side with 1 on the other. And then depending on the level of your students, you can get into the science and the math behind this and how lever arms have a greater force the further it is from the fulcrum. One of the other activities you can do with the New York Balance kit in elementary school is to discuss equality and help the students get a visual picture of what equality is by using addition and multiplication. To do that, you're going to want to hide what the meter stick shows. Use masking tape or painter's tape, as I have here, and cover the numbers on the meter stick. My fulcrum point for my 0 on this particular meter stick is 50.2 centimeters. So I'm going to fold the tape over and label that 0. Measure out in each direction 4 centimeter increments and label them 1 through 10 as they get farther away from the 0. Once you've done all the labeling, secure the tape firmly to the meter stick. Now you're ready to discuss equality with your elementary students. I could line this up with 2 plus 3 on one side, and what would that equal on the other side is a 5. And if I were to say 2 times 2 plus 3, now I have to adjust this on the other side to equal 7. So this is a really good math case that's also integrating all the science principles and all the science concepts that you would do with the New York Balance, only now it's been simplified to make it easy to understand at an elementary level. Let's transition from here and start talking about how to build type 2 and 3 levers using the extended New York Balance kit. And we're going to start that by building a meter stick station. Start by inserting the unsharpened end of the pencil into the bottom 3 openings. You can do the same thing with this top piece. Next, insert your meter stick and do so through the top and then through the bottom, being sure to line up the pencils. So we take these last little pencil angle pieces and we take the short side and snap it onto the bottom pencil, and the long side snaps onto the top pencil. Now for this kit, it requires 2, so simply repeat the process for a second one, and that will allow you to then build the meter stick station. To do that, grab 2 medium binder clips and secure them at the same height on each of the 2 meter sticks. Then take your crossbar pieces and slide them over the top. Take a 3rd meter stick and slide it through each of the crossbar pieces to create an H-shaped setup. To do a type 2 lever, you're going to attach the fulcrum to the very end of your meter stick. Take the weight holds and place 1 on the far side and 1 on this end of your crossbar piece of the meter stick station. Attach your spring scale to this. Place the fulcrum onto the fulcrum rest and secure the bottom of the spring scale here. With a type 2 lever, you can then add the weights to anywhere along the center between the fulcrum and the upward force. In this case, a spring scale. or slide them and see how the same amount of weights can adjust the reading depending on how close or far they are from the fulcrum. And you can use the measurements built in right on your meter stick to tell how far that is. To do a type 3 lever, slide the spring scale connector into the center of your 2 meter stick vertical stands. Slide this connection piece also into the center. Make sure these are lined up and then loop it on the same way you did with the type 2 lever. Then you get to add your weight to the other end of the lever arm to where it is actually on the other side than the fulcrum is. That when I apply weight to this side, my fulcrum is actually being lifted out of the fulcrum rest. So the way to remedy that issue is to take one of those number 19 rubber bands and actually loop it under each of these 4 rests on the fulcrum rest and over the meter stick itself. Depending on what type of experiment you're running, and from the individual parts, print our pencil triangle base. And this will hook right into the bottom of the fulcrum setup that you already have. Because it's designed to sit right on the table, you can place a weight on it to hold the whole fulcrum down. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy using the extended New York Balance Kit and the New York Balance Kit by itself.